Hello and welcome to Middle Grade Magic, our ongoing series where we very quickly review some very good books for readers in grades 4 through 8. And today we're talking about Tui Sutherland, the very prolific author, most notably known for the Wings of Fire fantasy series. This is a series where young dragons fulfill prophecies. And it's a multi-part series, but many people may not know that Tui Sutherland writes under several different pen names, among them Erin Hunter. And this is part of the Seekers series. And in this series, 3 young bears of different species, one is black, one is a polar bear, and one is a grizzly bear. And they travel on a perilous quest to the northern lights, escorting a shape-shifting grizzly cub whose destiny will affect them all. Now, if you like other books where there is a protagonist or a main character who takes on qualities of animals, you may enjoy Going Wild by Lisa McMann. And in this series, Charlie Wilde knew her life would change forever when her family moved from the city of Chicago to the suburbs of Arizona. And that was before she found the bracelet. After putting it on, she notices odd things start to happen. Suddenly, Charlie seems to have the speed of a cheetah and the strength of an elephant. And that is just the beginning. Other lovers of fantasy, maybe not necessarily about animals. Well, there are animals in this one. They're spiders, to be more precise. But this is a steampunk fantasy called Larklight by Reeve. And in this book, it's just assumed that all of the planets in the solar system are habitable. People can live on them. It's set in an alternate Victorian era in which mankind has been exploring the solar system for at least a century. Our protagonist is named Art Mumbly, and he narrates an attack on the British Empire and the solar system at large by ancient spider-like beings. And that's just the start. There's lots of lovely stuff in that book. And our next book also has a bit of a fantasy tinge, called Nevermoor, The Trials of Morrigan Crow. And in this one, Morrigan Crow is cursed and doomed to die on her 11th birthday on Eventide night. She is blamed for every bit of bad luck and misfortune that plagues the residents of the town of Jackalfax in the Wintersea Republic. And when Eventide arrives early, ushering in a new age across the realm, Morrigan is faced with the prospect of her premature death until a strange man named Jupiter North arrives. And it turns out maybe she won't die after all. Now, Susan Collins, before she became famous for the Hunger Games series, was also known for a series called Gregor the Overlander. And this is the first book in the series, in the Overland Chronicles. When Gregor follows his little sister through a grate in the laundry room of their New York apartment building, he hurtles into the dark underland beneath the city. There, humans live uneasily beside giant spiders, bats, cockroaches, and rats. But that fragile peace is soon to be torn apart. Now, finishing up, we have a couple of alternate fantasy worlds. Well, this one is A Gathering of Shadows, and it's taking place in London, but it's not the London that we know about. Cal is plagued by his guilt. He's restless and given up smuggling, and then he's visited by dreams of ominous magical events, waking only to think of Lila. As Red London prepares for the Element Games, an extravagant international competition of magic, a certain pirate ship draws closer. But another London is coming back to life. A shadow that was gone in the night reappears in the morning, and Black London has risen again. And so, to keep magic's balance, another London will have to fall. And finally, This is a kind of a fun capered adventure novel called The Wizmob and the Grenadine Kid by Colin Meloy. And in this one, it's an ordinary Tuesday morning in April when bored, lonely Charlie Fisher witnesses something incredible. Right before his eyes, in a busy square in Marseille, a group of pickpockets pulls off an amazing robbery. As the young bandits appear to melt into the crowd, Charlie realizes with a start that he himself was one of the targets. Yet Charlie is less alarmed than intrigued. This is the most thrilling thing that's happened to him since he came to France with his father, an American diplomat. So, instead of reporting the thieves, Charlie defends one of the people in the thieves group to the police under one condition. He teach Charlie the tools of the trade. So if you like any of these books, all of these are available to check out from the East Chicago Public Library, and we hope to see you again. The library is open, so if you wanted to come in, we are also during September, during Library Card Sign-Up Month, you can get a card replaced for free. If you have any overdue fines, you have to pay those, but the card replacement itself is free. So we hope to see you back again very soon, and happy reading. Thank you.